Guys can hear me now. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get these numbers up. We got some guests that's logging in right now, and I'm excited for tonight's broadcast. So listen, let's get these numbers up. Click, tag, and share to 10 people. Let's get 10 people on this. Hey, baby. 10 people on this live on tonight. I'm telling you, it is going to be phenomenal. Click, tag, and share to 10 people. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Actually getting ready to log in. Oh, yep, that was on lock again. All right. Public. All right, let's click, tag, and share, get these numbers up. All right, there we go. The guests, two guests are already here. All right, number 6. All right. Just adding some people that I know that usually are on here. All right, all right. We got some people that's coming in. All right, Joshua, how you doing? Sierra, how you doing? My daughter Sierra, how you doing? And then we have Nikki, how you doing? Let's get some people on here. We have one of our guests, which is Janie Wesley. She's on here. And then we have my husband, Richard Atkins, which was on here as well. We're waiting for Jamel Broadnax. He's going to come on here as well. This is going to be interesting. He likes, she likes, and the relationship, intimacy in the relationship. I don't have on no makeup on today. Today just gonna be, I'm this freelancer today. It is what it is. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get these numbers up from 6. Do I see Frederica? Hey, Frederica, how you doing? All right, we see Frederica on here. I did share to my viewers as well. Go ahead and tag some people. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, niece. Tagging some more people on here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put my disclaimer on here. And it says Confidence Coach Sean is a certified confidence coach. This is not a church platform. Please do not add people off my page trying to minister to them. God is in the center of everything. This platform is not to judge anyone. Meaning that, guess what? Because you like to judge, I don't have the power. You don't have the power to judge anyone. Everyone has their rightful place. All right? That's just the way how we do it here on Let's Talk with a Confidence Coach Sean. If you want to be the apostle, just be the apostle on your page. Okay? You want to be the bishop on your page. Okay? We have people all different types of way of life, and we should not be judging anyone. Okay? That's just the way I do it. That's rule number 1. Okay, rule number 2, we know God's in the center of everything. We are not turning this into a women's conference, a men's conference, a revival, or a deliverance service. Okay, do that on your page. It's not going to be welcome there, right? That's the bottom line. All right. Okay, you have now enter the no judgment zone. All right, all right, all right. Enjoy the broadcast. If you are on here and you are a first time viewer, please go ahead and say hello, hello, hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? How you want to do it? Whatever. I know yo hablo español. All right. So listen, I wanted to welcome you all on here. Act a little goofy today. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you for tagging some people. We have I'm gonna tag some more people that say they be on here and they don't, or they come on and they come off. All right. Yep, Jamel Brotnax, he is definitely one of the speakers on tonight. So we waiting for some other speakers to come on, but I'm getting ready to bring on one of my guests. She is a campus pastor at our church. But on here, she's not the campus pastor. She just gonna be Jenny. She's just gonna be Jenny. So I'm excited to bring her. And actually, she is the one who inspired me to do this, because I'm gonna tell you something. She had me laughing about some stuff. And hey, Tina Turner, rolling on the. Okay, I'm just playing. I don't mean to make for your name, but I love the name. Tina, how you doing, Tina? But we're going to go ahead, click, tag, and share, get some more people on here. But I'm going to go ahead and bring on one of my guests on here now, as she's coming on the stage.
Hey everybody. I try to get the light in here as much as possible. Hey everybody. Hey.
Mine, oh sister. You two of your kind, oh sister. Hey,
I guess we gotta be on our best behavior.
Rojas. All right, and then we got my husband. We way over there. Okay. He's just got to eating his dinner. All right, these numbers are going up. But listen, it's gonna be funny, a funny broadcast. I tell you not, this gonna be funny tonight. Because we got some people on here now. Bishop, he's gonna be on, or Richard Atkins, my husband's gonna be in the background, which he's going to come on here as well. And then we have Jamel Brotnax, and he's gonna come on here. And the topic is he likes, she likes in the relationship. I'm telling you. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. So okay, here we go. He coming in with this chair. He coming on in the room. Come on in the room. All right. Oh, wait a minute now. He gonna be the co-host tonight. Yeah, he only get one night of doing that. Okay.
What?
He likes, she likes. There you go. He gonna be only the co-host, only for the night. Only for the night. Wait a minute.
Only for tonight.
Only. But only just for one night. I'm having a little bit of fun, guys.
Hey there, bro.
Hey.
So Jamel Brotnax will probably be on. He's probably somewhere eating dinner, but he will definitely be on. Come on, let's click, tag, and share. Let's get these numbers up. We at number 9 on here. So I'm excited. I think Tamila Huntley said, wow. Mm-hmm. So, but anyways, he's like, she likes relationship, and we're going to talk about these things. And Jenny, you kind of really inspired me to on that, because we were making a joke about something, and then you turned around and said some stuff, and then I said some stuff, and then we just bust out laughing. And
we tag team.
Yeah, that whole part. We are all married couples. Jamel Brotnax is not. He's a single man. But in things when it comes to relationships or marriages or whatever, we deal with intimacy. Or how you say it, Richard? I don't know how you want to say it. How do you want to say it?
What are you talking about?
Like emotions, or I don't know if the words will come to me in a minute, but um first of all, Jenny, how long you been married?
9 years.
I'm praying for you. I made
I'm
number
just a year behind you.
I made number 10. Today is actually the 11th day, 11th year I've been here in North Carolina. I've been here for
Bless the
11
Lord.
years on today. I moved here on March 28th, 2013. I've been here 11 years. So I'm officially a North
Carolinian.
Carolinian?
Yes.
North Carolinian. All right. I'm not a Wisconsinite no more. I have never seen Bishop dressed down on a live.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
Brandy said that.
For real?
Yeah, she said it right here. See?
Oh, wow.
Yep. So I'm official. This book of me. No, I'm just playing. But
we
how long
welcome
have you?
you to the North Carolinas.
Right. So you've been here. I mean, you've been married for 9 years. How is the relationship with you and your husband?
It's some give and take. I would tell you it's more of, having to balance out, the likes and the do not likes, and to understand the likes and do not likes, and to understand the give and take. For me, it's been bittersweet a little bit, and
Okay.
sometimes sweet. Um, Marriage is only what you make it. You can make it, hell, or you can make it beautiful. Always know that, when you love each other, love will keep you together, you know, even with your ups and downs and your major inputs. But I've gotten through a lot with not putting my kids in it. Um, Me and my husband, when we have discussion, we take ourselves out of the equation of being around others. So then they can't say, well, this going on, that going on. I've learned how to keep family out of my business,
Wow.
because
Now he's
those are one of my biggest mistakes.
wow. Wow. Now he's a truck driver. So how does that balance out?
With keeping family out,
No, this balancing out as he's been a truck driver and you at home, and he comes
oh,
home.
baby, it gives me time enough to miss them. Because for me, I can't speak for everybody else. I'm one of the ones, if I see you every day, look, I don't think we're going to be bumping heads all the time. But it gives
Okay.
me time enough to miss him. Also gives him time enough to think, you know what I'm saying? Because we both have outside kids. And when you have outside kids, you got to kind to, like, I let him deal with his, I deal with mine. But when we come together, we deal with it together. You feel what I'm saying? Um, when it comes to, you know, us dealing with outside kids, I have to let him know I do mine different from what you do yours. But still, we have to come to agreements. If my son is not doing something that he's supposed to do, then you let me get him in control. And if he's, disrespecting you, then you let me handle. You feel what I'm saying? What we have to get caught up in is, because I used to get so caught up in, oh, your son disrespectful. I'm tired of him talking to me like this, da da da. And I used, that what used to be one of our biggest arguments. But I
Mhm.
had to realize that the outside kids had to get used to me just as well as he had to get used to me. We've already had that relationship, but now that we bring the outside kids in, no matter how long they've been around, we still got to learn how to let them grow on us.
Okay, now you
So,
said something that was very interesting, and a lot of people in the church world would disagree with that. I'm in agreement with you. Um, but one of the things that you mentioned is you said maybe he's over here messing with stuff. Um, that he messes that you um kind of deal with your son and he deals with his kids, but y'all make the decision together. Now,
mhm.
that's kind of like what me and Richard, we both, he has 7, I have 4. When the 2 youngest ones were the littlest ones when when we got married. And
Correct.
And so his style is like Richard reminds me of my father in a certain sense. What that is, dictatorship. I'm trying to say, I guess the disciplinary person, whatever. I'm the type of person that I'm stern, but I'm stern about certain stuff like the house being clean, hygienes in school, and he's strictly straight school, but according to the church world, they would have an issue with the simple fact is because you are doing it this way and your husband doing it this way, but y'all come together, but it works out. How would you explain that to the church world when they have a disagreement with that about that?
Okay, like my daughter was already say like in high school age. My son was still in elementary school age. So he has came in my son's life like he was young. Mm-hmm. So how we dealt with that is, whenever he says something and then my son doesn't agree and he tries to come with me, I say, well, wait a minute, let me talk to him and then I'll come back to you. But then I had to let my son know who is here taking care of you, who is here doing this, and who is supplying for you. So what we're not going to do is cause wedges between each other. So then you have a tug of war here. What we're not going to do is, what you're going to do is, if he said for you to do something, I'm pretty sure it was something meant for you to do that was not extremely something to hurt you. Let me make it like that. Again, the same way I told his son, because I really was taking care of his son for him while he was on the road. Mm-hmm. So whenever we begin to get together, I think my other son, which is his son, he kind of got like, okay, well, you're giving my dad more attention than you giving me, because I was the more of the hardcore one. We going to school. If I come to that school, I'm disciplining you at school because that means I got to come off of work. So for me, I think more so I'm the more stern one. My son, my husband is the more light up one. He'll fuss at him, but he'll still give it to him. So then I have to tell my husband, then you wonder why they're saying and doing what they're doing, because you're allowing them to get away with it. All you're doing is fussing. So they're going to be like, well, he ain't going to do nothing but fuss, but he's still going to give it to me. So then when I talk to my husband about it, he's like, okay, well, you're good. So I'm just going to send him to you. So then he makes me look like the bad guy, because he'll send them to me. I was like, for real? So he'll send them to me knowing that they were wrong, and then he'll just brush them up. He's patting them on the back as I discipline them.
Okay. So now I'm going to throw that question back at Richard, because with, according to the Bible, we know what the Bible says about the husband being the head of the wife. But and it's not like a agree or disagree thing, but how do you feel about that?
About the husband being the head of the wife?
No, concerning, like with like, I like how with Janie and her husband, when the situation arises with the kids and the home, and how she tells him, hey, well, let me get her, if it's her son, let her get her son in check, and then come back and y'all make the decision together. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I feel that every aspect of life should have rules and regulations.
Okay.
Without rules and without regulations, there's an opportunity to cheat the system that's in play. So the system that's in play is marriage.
Okay.
So although the marriage is between the husband and the wife, it also do not exempt the children that's under 18. Because when you add husband and wife and children, marriage now becomes family. So what happens now is the heads. I know the Bible says in Ephesians 5:22 that the husband is the head of the wife. I understand that. But when it comes to family, then the heads come together and rule together so that there's no distinction, there's no manipulation, where the children can play on different sides.
Okay.
So just like Jenny was saying that, you know, I don't know if she was talking about Joseph or the
Joseph.
All right.
And her.
Well, I didn't know what she was talking about, but, you know, was it Joseph and, you know, your husband with a disagreement? You would say, what did, you know, my husband said, whatever. What did your father say?
No, what she would do is she would
Mhm.
take Joseph to the side,
Right.
explain to him
That
that way he what her husband gave the
Mhm.
task that her husband gave him or whatever was given,
Mhm.
that this you know, that's the person who take care of you. That's the person
Right.
who makes sure that
Absolutely.
you're good, you know. So
But here's the thing. Let's say Jenny husband, let's say me, didn't have the means to provide superb income. That does not denote from the fact that I'm still a man and her husband's still a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your positioning your child saying that, you know, he provides has nothing to do with hill beans. What is essential is that he's the man of this house.
Right.
Whether he has an income or not. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because if it's just because he has an income, then what happens when he has no income? Do he lose rulership? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I know. I
was
you said I want to make sure that the people.
Yeah, he was still respect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. First of all, he has no. He will never have a correct. He would never have the option to disrespect my husband. Him, my daughter, none of them. They will never have that option to disrespect him. They're supposed to listen to him. But like I say, if my husband wants them to give them respect, he got to give them respect. In order to get respect, you got to give respect. So I don't want my son to say, okay, well, he can talk to me any kind of way. No, you have to give that child some respect in order to get respect, because if that's anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you're hollering and fussing at a child, and I know I'm not saying discipline wise, but some of the times when you're hollering and fussing at a child, it doesn't get there all the way. But what my husband does is he'll take my son and he'll pull him to a side. I'll go take my other son, which is his son, and we'll go somewhere and we'll talk. You get what I'm saying? I talk differently with his children. He'll talk differently with my children. Then that's how we come together. And you would think that I am actually his son's mama, because that's all he would say. You know what I'm saying? Because we learn how to talk, and then we come together with talking to them. We talk to them separate, and then we begin to talk to them together to let them know this is what it is and this is what it's going to be. What you're going to do is respect each and every person in this house. Whenever I talk to you, and if we are talking or if we're arguing, you need to stay in a child's place. You need to move. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like something that I did, you come to me. Joseph, if you don't like something my husband did, you go to him and say, Dad, what happened?
Right.
Don't bring it out and blow up out of proportion, because what happens is kids begin to play sides. You get what I'm saying? So if I don't like what he's saying and I'm arguing a fence, guess what they're gonna do? Even with my children's father, I don't allow them to disrespect their father. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they'll play sides. Oh, he did this and he said that, and that causes us as a couple to blow up on one another. You know what I'm saying? That caused me and my husband to blow up on one another because we're allowing them to play sides. So you can't allow them to play sides, and you can't give them all of your energy, because when you're giving your energy to kids that is trying to, they're learning up under you. You can't give your energy to these little kids out here. You got to stand firm. And staying firm does not mean saying, I ain't got time for this issue, or walking off and all that stuff. Stand firm on your word and leave it alone. What I say is what I say, and that's it.
Right. Well, you know, we're living in a different time, and I know this is not a biblical platform, but the dispensation back then is that the children cleaved onto the father and less to the mother. When Abraham goes to sacrifice, he takes Isaac with him. You know, with the situation with Jacob and Esau, you know, Jacob was really out of position because he was a mama's boy, where Esau was out in the wilderness, you know, hunting. So back then, when there was a separation in the house, the mother didn't get the custody of the children, the father did. So nowadays, children cleave onto their mother more than ever, and not the father. Why? Because the father statistically is going to be out the picture they don't hang long enough. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with
I
that.
disagree.
So the truth is, no,
Joseph clings more to my husband than he does me.
that's a percentage.
So I disagree with that.
I
Joseph
clinged
clings
on to
more
my.
to my husband than he
I
does
clinged
me.
on to my. I clinged on to my dad more than my mom. Because me and my dad act more of alike. One of my twins cling on to both, father and stepfather. Or and people say bonus father. I don't believe in that. But I think now the children is a natural thing. If a child falls, that what the child does is it goes to the mother, but that's not taking time from the father. What something my girls put on Facebook the other day. They said, well, mothers got to stick around, but fathers don't have to. And I looked at that situation because it does happen that way, where the father leaves the mother with the child. But I don't believe that the child clings more to the mother, because some boys are mothers, mama's babies, but some of them are not. So, my son, we're not close, but he was closer with his father.
And see, you also have some good fathers out here, the single fathers. And if I can say, Jamel, Bronx always, you always see him doing stuff with his kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you see that. You know what I'm saying? You see the love that he has for his children. You feel what I'm saying? And he does a good job as just being that one father. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And, the way that he interacts with his girls, you know what I'm saying? The way that he, it just brings you to tears. The way that he's just so engaged. And, just because you're not with the mother does not mean that you can't be a father to your children. And see, that's what happens is in some relationships, if I can't be with you, then I don't want to be a father to our kids. This is where we go with. Again, we have the issue, just like Nikki said right here. She allowed that to happen to her, which caused issues. You know what I'm saying? And because we allowed it to cause issues, it's not that we can't correct it, but trying to correct what we did wrong does not mean kissing your child's behind. You still be a mother at the end of the day, because everybody knows in our day and time, we could even suck our teeth at our mama.
Oh.
If you roll your eyes at your mama, if you say, I know you didn't say, and where you going to stay at? Because you're going to be picking your lips up off the floor.
That whole part.
I don't know about y'all, but Mother One, honey, will smack you down and ask you, do you want me to help you up? We didn't get that type of stuff. So my thing is, yes, Bishop, I know we're in the day's time where we have this new generation, but we have to stand whole and take back this new generation. You don't see, you don't see some people allowing these kids to talk to. If you're going to talk to me any kind of way somewhere, I'm going to knock you out where you talk to me at, because you're not going to talk to me any kind of way, because I didn't have you to be my friend.
Amen.
I had to parent you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then a lot of women get upset because the man done left them, and that was the only reason why they had a child, is because they want to keep that man. But no, that's not going to keep a man. That draws a man away. And then we go to the saying of, women always have to take care of their kids. No. The men, the responsible men know if they had a sorry baby mama or if they had a sorry wife, they're taking care of their kids because they know they're not going to do it.
Well, let's stay right there for a moment, because I believe that with the disrespect of the kids, I believe that with the disrespect of the kids within marriages, it interrupts intimacy. It interrupts it. And I believe we're going to talk about intimacy today, right? And so it's hard to be intimate where there's always friction within the family. So we got to find a way on how husband and wife can be intimate without distractions, without phones, without kids, and get back to the basis of being back together. You know what I'm saying? That work together, you got to do what you did from before to get her. That's the word together, to get her. to get her back
And
to
that's when you make those dates, those private dates.
right with
You
no
set aside to do
phones.
private dates. But sometimes in this day and time, I'm be honest, you can't say no phone because people getting shot at the gas station.
I understand what
So
you're
I'm not
saying.
gonna say no phone.
If
You
you
know,
home,
you got to be
and
careful
for
of how you doing
stupid
that.
reasons, it's gonna mess up your whole date.
No, it shouldn't.
I'm not talking about us. Okay?
No,
I'm
I know,
talking
but you know, if you allow something that's small to mess up something, you know, that
That part. That part.
it's. I mean, I guess I'm the type of person that I attack it and then I drop it. You know, I attack it and I drop it, and so I'm not the type of person that's going to sit there and say, "Oh, now my whole date is ruined with my husband because my kids got on my nerves."
that has happened.
It has happened, but then guess what?
Yeah.
As a mother, we're nurturers. We're
right.
nurturers.
I understand that.
We're nurturers, but I do set a time aside, even as a apostle or first lady, that's the problem. We spending too much time with the church, and we're not spending enough time in the marriages.
And that's the problem. We can't run the church house, and we can't run our house.
That whole part. You know, someone told me today, and it was an eye opener. They said, Sean, you spend so much time helping everyone every single day, and it's not a time that you're not helping someone.
What Bush is on here?
Okay, we got that. You interrupted. You
keep
interrupting the host.
That was interruption. I'm sorry about that. I was out of order. I want him to share his life on being a father too.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do that in a minute.
That's what he did.
Absolutely.
So what me saying with that now, I lost my train of thought because
back.
I help a lot of people, and what I'm learning, Jenny, is I'm learning now. That was an eye opener for me. Bishop Jamel Brown, next, we're waiting on you to come on here.
I like what you said.
Okay, I'm getting into it. Let's get this.
No, look at it. Talk.
Guys, I'm doing a favor and do something for Bishop because he keep looking at the comments.
That was a good one.
Okay, but we're gonna get to that. But the issue is,
what's this?
Is I'm learning now, to let people hang themselves. Because now that is my issue. That is my issue because I bring that home to my husband. I bring that home to my children. I bring that home to my health. I bring that home to my peace. And that was an eye opener to me because I thought I was spending too much time with my kids. I thought I was spending too much time in the church. But someone had to tell me today that you're spending too much time helping people who don't want help.
That's
they want to be enabled.
Right. Absolutely.
They want to be enabled. So Richard, because you're Richard here. What we have to do is have and what I like about what I'm hearing from Jenny and her husband is they have an open mind. They have an open mind to do marriage and bring two different families together to make it work. The way she does stuff might not be the way he does stuff. The way he does stuff might not be the way she does stuff. But what they're doing is they're compromising and bringing it together and making it work. Am I right? Am I right? Okay.
You're right.
So she knows her son. He knows his kids. But she does not shun his kids and he doesn't shun her kids. They find a balance to get it together to make it work. And that's what I heard. Something that Jamel Bronack said, he said, I'll knock a child out. All right. But this is something that my husband pointed out. And he said, that's me. When I left the relationship, I took my kids with me. And I'm going to say something about that. Bro, when you did that, that's what that did. That shows you that you are a man that's not going to walk out on his kids and leave the mother hang dry. You took your kids with you to make it a better situation. And so I commend you for that. I commend you for that because a lot of men will not do that. They just won't do that. Got some other people on here saying absolutely.
And
Janelle
see,
trying to log
if I
on.
could say, so, that's what happened with Brandy Rojas. She had, encouraged me. She was the one was telling me, stop giving your energy off. Stop giving bad energy off. When you won't need that bad energy. Whenever I called myself leaving the church, she began to tell me, you left your sense of direction. That's why you're going through what you were going through. She gave me that, that encouragement, and including my friend Tina that is on here. She's like, you do everything along with you. And I'd be like, do they be talking to my sister or what? It was like, you do everything for everybody, but who does for you? You fight for everybody. You take everybody kids in. They ain't worrying about having nothing because you take everybody kids in. But let me tell you what the good thing about this is. I have a husband that has a heart for children too. So that is the blessed thing for me, is that no matter if I take them in there, my husband brings them in there too. So if I be saying, well, I'm not going to deal with them, no, baby, we can't do that. So I have a humble husband. That's why God gave me the husband that he gave me, because I'm truly saying, God, I know you didn't give me this. Oh man, God, is you crazy? What am I supposed to be doing? And at the end of the day, he gave me somebody that had a heart like mine.
Now, you said something that was, I wanted to say, don't lose that train of thought. You said your husband's humble. It takes humility. It's going to take that. Come on, Walter was right on it. There you go. You see, prophet. Humility helps you push process. It does. If you are so high-headed, you're not going to see nothing else but yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your pity party, your everything. And yes, Jenny, you do help everybody, but I always tell you to make sure that you take care of self, because guess what? At the end of the day, guess what? People will go about their business and leave you high and dry.
Right.
I found that out for myself. When I dealt with cancer, I realized that people who said they love me, Apostle, I love you, ma, mother, Sean's prophetess, lady apostle, first lady, and was not there when I got sick. So what I'm learning is to balance my life. Hey, I love you. What can I do for you? I'll be there for you. And then it's time to go. And that was an eye-opener today, because I had to tell myself to know, is this worth me getting so up in the uproar to the point where if I got sick, I'm stuck? Am I going to be stuck? So it's something you can't help everybody, especially the hard-headed ones. Especially the hard-headed ones. Come on, Jenny, come on now.
Right. Right.
Come on here.
And that's my daughter. She was the main one talking about, I want a sibling. I said, girl, all these people are coming up to my doorstep. That is your darn old sibling. Then when they started coming, she came up and said, Mom, I don't think I want no more siblings.
Now,
hey, Pastor Janie. Girl, you were spitting some woo. Good God.
And so I want to help, because Jamel, I think you are a wonderful father.
Thank you, Janie.
Yes.
I think you are a wonderful father. You are what they call it, the girls that you a girl dad.
I am.
A girl dad.
Yeah.
And, how do you balance that with being a girl dad, and you also are a facilitator? You are a person that likes to travel, help people. So life coach and all these good things, and business owner.
Yes.
How do you balance these things, doing all of these things?
And sometimes I try a little bit of dating too.
And
and I think the one thing that I will say, it's always my girls first. It's always my girls first, always, because they came first. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always my girls first. If I got to make a choice, it's going to be my girls, always.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still had to have time, like you were talking about balance. I still got to have time to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I want to date. I want to have me time. I want to hang out with my crew, with my friends, with you and Richard, and You know, I want to hang out with my friends. I want to. I gotta work. I own businesses. You know, all that kind of stuff. So I have to make sure also I have time for me. So, but I make sure that I have a special time set aside for my girls. Like I've been kind of failed at it a little bit. What I'm getting ready to say is because it used to be there was a certain day of the week, it was always daddy daughter day. That day, there's nothing on that day. No, I don't work late. That's daddy daughter day. I got to get back to that. I will say, but I make the most of my time.
Okay.
If I'm by myself, I make the most of that time. If I'm with my girls, I make the most of that time. You know,
It's something that we discussed a long time ago, and it really it did something to me. And you were saying something about your previous marriage, and how um that you had this high expectation upon her. But when you look at what she did as a role, as a wife and everything, can you go expound a little bit on that?
man, you know, I regret a lot. I regret a lot. You know, I'm not gonna say I would still be married. That's possible. That's possible. But yeah, I had, and you might have to redirect me to make sure I stay on task, okay?
Okay.
But I did have, and I want to make sure I answer the question right. I did have these high expectations of her, you know, and like I expected her to have dinner ready. Just be honest. I always expected her to have the dinner ready, keep the house spotless, you know, and support me at the church with all them people, and you know, and be the little cute little first lady to sit on the front row, and you know, and wanted to give her the microphone, make her preach, which she didn't want to preach. I made her preach. I called her. God didn't call her. I called her. Just be honest about it, because you know that's what all the preachers' wives was doing. They was all preaching, so I wanted to preach too. But I had all these expectations I put on her, and it's hindsight. It's as I look back, okay? It's after it's over. As I look back, I realize what an amazing mother and wife she was, and that my expectations were way too high. Way too high, because everything that she did, because you know, as well, all of y'all on here probably know, but some of the people watching may not know, you know, all of our children were homeschooled, and I got one in college, you know, and I got one in college, one in high school, you know, one getting ready to go to high school, and they were all homeschooled. And my wife at the time, she worked a full-time job. She worked third shift. Now, some of y'all, Pastor Jane, might want to cuss me out for putting these expectations on her right now when she hear this. This woman worked third shift, okay, and homeschooled, and I still had all these expectations of her, and it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair, and you know why? And I know, I heard Richard say something about it earlier. You know, this is not a biblical broadcast or whatever, and we try not to bring church in it, but I have to right here, because church was my problem.
Wow.
Church was my problem. Now, I will say this too. Maybe, because I didn't balance that part. I balanced everything else, but not that part. If maybe, and I hate to say it like this, maybe if I was not a pastor, maybe if I didn't have a church, maybe I would still be married.
Wow.
Because I was more married to the church than I was to my wife.
That's good.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Wow.
right, Love Bella. Not fair. No, sir. Not fair. It was not.
Deshaun.
Oh, yeah, it was not.
That's
Yeah.
my daughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was married to the church.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
and I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Church member call. I might be half asleep. Church member call. Hello. Oh, Pastor. in the hospital. Okay, I'll be right there. Now, my wife wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, tell me to do something. I'm asleep, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
So church was my. Now I'm not saying church is a problem. Church was my problem. It was the problem in my relationship. Not saying anything's wrong with church, but as a pastor, I didn't balance that, and I gave more of my time and my attention to the church than I did to my family and to especially to my wife at the time.
Okay.
Just being
Well,
honest.
I'm gonna have Bishop Atkins. Give me your how do you feel about church and family and balance and marriage and balance and working? Because you work a full-time job. Now every bishop, every apostle don't work a full-time job.
Yeah. For me, if I could be honest, it's really hard to balance church and marriage. It shouldn't be, but for me, it is. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna tell you why.
I was there.
I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, let me go back to 2014 on our wedding day. All the days of the year, that should have been a day of balance, but yet Sean's in her wedding dress.
That should have been a day of bumping and grinding, but keep on talking. Praise the Lord.
Sean's in her wedding dress, and we go to Moses Cone Hospital. As soon as we get married, after the reception, we at Moses Cone Hospital doing hospital ministry. I'm just being honest, wedding dress and all, because
It was because y'all got too carried away at the honeymoon, right? Y'all need to go to the hospital.
The honeymoon was Moses Cone Hospital because I did not balance it. We're at the hospital. We're doing marriage, hospital ministry. Just being honest. So it started from back then.
I ain't had that problem. All I saw on my honeymoon night was and I remember with some green negligee, green lingerie.
That. We did get phone calls 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to come to the hospital.
Yeah.
But yet, my wife woke me up one time, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and said she didn't feel well. I didn't take her to the hospital. I'm just being transparent. And I'm being honest here. I'm being transparent. No need for nobody to judge, as they know what I've been through.
Right.
No judgment zone.
Right.
That it was hard for me to balance because I'm looking at this is my vocation, but my wife is my first vocation, and I neglected her.
I knew Sean was gonna put that on the screen.
I don't know what she's on the screen.
He skipped all the comments and put that one up.
Oh, well, we just yeah.
Don't lie. Keep on talking. Ain't no just nothing. Keep on, don't lie.
You're absolutely right. You need to pass out that lying spirit right now. I need deliverance. I need of a savior. Listen. So to balance church and family, I have a difficult time in doing so. I have to do better. So we got people like Pastor Jenny and Bishop Howard and Executive Pastor Nikki Campbell. I don't know if she's on or not.
Right.
That can hold the church down.
That's right.
Yeah, we could wake up one Sunday morning and say, Sean, let's stay in the bed and let's do what we do. Yeah, I want to hear that. Because y'all thinking, we're married, so, but we don't do that because we never have no privacy. Let's send the twins to church and let's stay home and you can make some pancakes. I'm sorry. I thought you was Jane. I like hearing her arm too. You can make some pancakes and sausages, toast, some French toast.
She said it's real. Brandy Rojas said it's real. I've been married for almost 12 years, and it's been at church every year. No anniversary, no vacays, etc. So I get it.
And Brandy.
I didn't have a
Now
honeymoon
something that he said that I want to. Okay, you planning with? I go. He said. How can he get balance? He loves people. He loves the church.
Yeah.
And he has to learn how to balance himself. Listen, let me say this. A lot of leaders, I might get in trouble, but a lot of leaders lie. Oh, God gave me this, and God gave me this, and I gotta go ahead and continue to do this. And then you may tell me that he's telling you to neglect your marriage?
No, ma'am.
No.
Marriage is your ministry.
Exactly.
And it's your first ministry. I think Richard might have talked about this one time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, but I thought you did. Somebody did. But God, I mean, in reality, God instituted marriage, but he didn't institute church.
That's correct.
I think Richard talked about this one time. God didn't, we created church.
Yeah.
Jesus did not establish a church. Jesus established a kingdom.
That's right.
Okay. We established a church. Jesus didn't go to church.
Right.
Go read the Bible. Jesus didn't go to church.
Well, he established true worship.
Exactly.
Those who worship me in spirit
and remember, and I'm glad you brought that up, Richard, because remember, and this is kind of what goes with that. Remember what Jesus said about that. We done turned this into a Bible study. Sean gonna give vote for us. But remember, but I think this is helpful for pastors out there. But remember what Jesus said, Richard. Jesus said, the woman asked Jesus, she said, well, where would we worship at? Do we worship at Mount Zion Methodist Church, or do we worship at Impact Red Zone Apostolic? I know that's not the name of your church. Apostolic Church, or do we worship at the Baptist Church? But she said, but Jesus said, y'all know she didn't name those, but she was like, well, where do we worship? Jesus made an astounding statement. He said, the time will come, or now is, or whatever. I don't know how he said it, but he said that neither at this mountain nor on that mountain will you worship. So it's not a building anymore. Jesus said the Father seeketh such to worship him, this kind, that worship him in spirit and in truth. So Jesus took the attention off of the place of worship.
And what he did, hallelujah, he put it back on the marriage. Because he said, you've been married 5 times. So he would let them know that the marriage is the choice of a preference.
I'm glad you brought that out.
Now, since you said that, but if that's the case, then why are people failing at marriage then? If we know we know the word of God, we know all of these things, but we forget these things when it comes to marriage. And what we do is we so loving and caring and compassionate when it comes to the church, but we forget about the loving and the compassionate when it comes to the marriage. And that's where people, I'm gonna be there, because I have been pastoring, for some years, for over 20-something years. And what I am seeing is because we're trying to compete with one another when it got to do with church, but then we fail when it comes to family. We fail when it comes to church. I want to keep my brother's comment up here, because I know he is one that he loves his people, but he will take his wife on a vacation, and
he adores that wife. He adores Lady LaShonda.
He will tell them Negroes, hey, I need you to go run that, and I'm about to go run this with my wife. And that's where we're messing up at, because we want to preach the pericope and the Caragavians, and his words is not even there. And to some people, guess what? They're going to still be committed to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But see, some people marry out of flesh and use church as an excuse of why they can't be there with their husband and wife, because they knew that that's not who God gave them. So what they did was they try to put the church in place of them not being honest with God. And that's why some marriages don't get to work, because they sit there and lie and say that God put them there, and always saying, well, if you heard from God and you heard from God, then you should have known that you were supposed to be with this man. But one thing about it is they lie and say they heard from God, and then when the marriage don't look like they want it to look, they want to try to put church. Oh, I got to go do this for this person, or I got to go do this for that person, knowing that they didn't want to marry that person in the first place. It was gender behind them getting married to that person.
Jenny, you hit around, and it's for looks. What? I mean,
Oh,
my thing is, you shouldn't want a trophy
what?
wife. You shouldn't want these things. You want to get married because you want to be in love. You wanted a companion. You want to help me. You want a woman. You want a man. Where I get upset is because it's not the world that just getting all of these divorces. It's the people in the church that's getting all these divorces, and they don't know the word of
Absolutely.
God. And they
Absolutely.
know they don't know how to balance even with the children. You'll treat somebody else's children right, but you'll dog out the one that you got that's your children at the home
Come
in the
on here.
church. We can't do that. We can't do
Mhm.
that.
So,
And
hey,
now-
Sean. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You said something about, you said it's about the looks. So I want to add to that, or kind of piggyback on that rather. You know, it's about the looks of the woman or looks of the man, but it's also about the looks as far as the image of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Bullseye.
Wow.
Especially when it comes to pastors and stuff like that. You know, we feel like, and some marriages are only together because of the church, because of the image and how it looks. There's some folk that probably need to leave each other. You know what I'm saying? They probably should have never gotten
Absolutely.
married. You know what I'm saying? But they get
Absolutely.
married, like you said, or they stay together because of the looks. And what I was going to do as an example, and I'm not saying I shouldn't have gotten married. I'm not saying that. I'm very thankful for that we had the time that we had, 21 years, and we got these beautiful children. I'm very thankful. But I remember, here's what happened to me, Sean. Although me and her, she and I, whatever grammar you want to use, she and I, we were dating, okay, and we were going to get married. But I'm gonna tell you what the pressure was. So my church, my Bishop Harry L. Cohen at the time, everybody probably know Bishop Cohen, but Bishop Cohen sent me to my first church, right? St. Mark United Holy Church of America, 225 Gillespie Street. So Bishop Cohen sent me to my first church. The first time they saw me, you know what they asked me? First time I walked through the doors of St. Mark, what did they ask me? They said, "Where your wife at?" Because I wasn't married yet.
Wow.
Where your wife at? And I never forget that. That's stuck in my head because it's like they wanted a pastor. Now y'all started y'all's churches, so that's different. But I was sent to a church, and they wanted a pastor with a wife. So it kind of put the pressure on me to, okay, I need a wife. I need to get married. We need to go ahead and get married because this is what the church wants. It was the image. You see, does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
That does make sense
Absolutely.
because even before I came to North Carolina, that was what's going on with the other church that I was at because I was a single pastor. And because I didn't have a husband, they wanted to appoint somebody else as the pastor because he was engaged.
Yeah. I got you. Yep.
He was engaged.
Got you.
So that's right. But something that my niece said, she said people need to stop getting married for the wrong reasons.
That's right.
Right.
The wrong exact reasons.
Most of us guys get married for the wrong reasons because we don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, who
Wow.
wants to be alone? You know, God said it's not good that man be what? Alone. So, I mean, I don't want to stay here and commit adultery every day. I might not wake up the next day. So I'd rather be married, you know what I'm saying? Or commit fornication. So there's some good things about it, but it's still the wrong reason to get married.
That is true because if you're getting married because you don't want to be lonely, then you're gonna you're not gonna be satisfied with the one that you got.
Right. I'm just being honest here.
No, that's
And then
good.
some just like some women, they want to get married just because they want to have sex, and they find out that sex ain't as good as they thought it was. They was holding out for nothing, and then they say again, it's good to marry your best friend. No, it ain't good to marry your best friend because you know too much about your best friend.
Yeah.
So that's not a good thing. I tell everybody, you know, they say when you want to get married, you want to marry your best friend. No, you don't want to marry your best friend. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. You know,
that causes wedges. Like I said, when y'all said honeymoons, I didn't get to have a honeymoon because my son had a baseball game the next day. So therefore we had to go travel with my son to his baseball game. And my husband was the one saying, once we get him over the hump, we will be able to have a honeymoon. Like my son graduates this year. And my husband was like, well, now we can go on to a honeymoon. I'm like, we already 9 years in. He said it's never too late to have a honeymoon.
That's what I'm talking about.
My husband that was more of my encourager. My husband has been my encourager the whole time. You know, even with my sister, and I be cussing her out in my head with a lot of stuff, but it's been my husband that has been my encourager. You know, I told my sister, I said, you know what? Because Bernie Rojas was telling me to just pray, walk around his pillow, pray. I was putting anointing oil on his pillow, and my sister can tell you he been coming to church. Then the enemy allowed his truck to break down twice. And he was like, those 2 times that his truck broke down, he said he caught nothing but hell. And he was like, you know, he was getting something, you know, and he appreciate me, and he'll tell me, you know, my wife is a praying woman. She, you know, she's praying for me. This is how I last out there. You know, to hear my husband talk highly of me, I can care less about what everybody else got to say.
I know that's
But as
right.
long as my husband is keeping me, and he talks highly of me, and my husband tells everybody, one thing about it is, she's gonna pray, and he doesn't even tell my sister. She'd be up here at 4:00 in the morning praying. And he knows that, and he's like, you know, he tells his friends, he was like, you know, I don't know what my wife did, but I used to drink beer. Now I can't even drink nothing but a half cup of beer. I think she got a spell on me. I said, boy, I ain't got no spell on you.
You know something, Bronuts? After 11 years I've been with Sean, I call you Sean on this, right?
Yeah. Well, you call me Coach.
I'm just trying to
And
stop.
she bullied me to stay in my marriage. I know, honey.
I'm just trying to stop the dog.
Right.
Because I stay in the dog house. That's
Yes,
one
sir,
thing.
buddy.
The dog house. Well, anyway, the 11 years I've been with Sean, we went different places. We've been here, we've been there. But there's one place we've been to where I felt the intimacy and I felt the connection. That was on that cruise. And I feel that we need to go on another cruise. That would do it. There was no phone calls. We in the water. Who gonna call? You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm scared to call him out of town. I'd be like, look, y'all, what y'all need to know? Because I ain't about to call him. I'd be scared to call. Baby, I ain't about to call them. Because
but we had a good time on the cruise.
Holler at me.
And I think we should do maybe let's set up a mass retreat for the cruise. Maybe a mass retreat like in I don't know, September or something, or November or December.
Yeah, maybe I'll be married by then.
Oh Lord.
No.
But you can just come on a mass retreat and be one of the counselors.
You be a counselor.
But we need to, like, you know, if Lisa's still here, you know, we need to do a mass retreat. Jenny, you know,
Walter said she waiting on me. She waiting on Walter said she waiting on you.
She waiting on.
But you know, and honesty, and that is and being transparent, that is one of the things that's in my marriage, because we both are pastors. We both are pastors. We married into the marriage, pastors. But I have I want to say 5 years ago I found balance, but my husband hasn't. Yeah,
she didn't call him out.
But this is how what I tell him. I tell him, do the things you want to do now because you might not get a chance to do it again. That's or right. Do it ever. Right. So this is your chance now to not only learn Richard, but enjoy Richard and enjoy what you have that's in front of you.
Oh yeah, I already signed up for some parachuting classes. You know, to parachute. You know,
he went by himself. Oh, hold on. Jamel, I need you to go ahead and do that life insurance policy.
Let's do it. $1 million.
But honestly,
well, actually, they'll disqualify him. That's one of the questions. Will you be doing any parachuting or parasailing?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But
anytime
soon. Anything until we do that first.
Yeah, get the policy first.
Yeah, I'm doing my bucket list. You know.
Wow.
I
think one of the issues, you know, like you were saying, how y'all were on the cruise, things were great.
That was awesome.
You're talking about doing a marriage retreat, but one of the things about it, we do these things and we have those good times like y'all did away, but when we get home, are we gonna apply the same thing?
Exactly.
Right.
Discipline. I think. Because you were talking, Richard, about how, and I can identify with that, how hard it is, especially as a pastor. It's difficult, but we got to learn how to prioritize. Somebody say the word.
Prioritize.
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 Prioritize. Right. Yeah, that right there. That prioritize. That's so the problem. Let me say it this way. I can say this word. Our priorities are out of order. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's our main problem. Our priorities are out of order.
Wow. Wow.
We just got to put family first, period.
That's it.
And I know you said it's hard, but really it ain't hard. We just got to want to do it. And we just got to do it, family.
Especially
if you waste your energy, on the church people that comes in and out of your life, why can't you waste your energy on your people that's in your house every day?
That's right.
If you're comparing yourself to saying that it's tiring, but you still let these Negroes come in and out of your church, back and forth, with the sorry, I love you this and I love you that. They throwing and smacking stuff all in your face, and you can't love the people that's in your house loving you every day in spite of how you're doing them. You can't take what they're giving you, but you can take from these sorry people that ain't wanting nothing from you, but just want your oil and wasting it.
Absolutely.
Something she said that was important too. And also what I've learned too is stop giving my money and my time to people who don't really value it. And then I'm neglecting my home because I'm not giving it to them, but I'm giving it to them in the church. I'm not dogging no one, especially our ministry, but what I'm learning is to learn to pastor.
Yes.
Pastor. Just pastor. You can't be their mother, their daddy, their uncle, their grandfather, their lawyer, their doctor, their psychiatrist, their auto mechanic. You can't do that. You got to pick, because what you would do is you would lose yourself, your health will go down, and then guess what? They only gonna cry for 5 minutes. After that, they don't care about who you are anymore.
That's it.
And they were just using you for what you can put in their house or what you can do for them. And once your time and your money run out, they gonna run out.
Absolutely.
And I've seen her do it. I've seen her have me go meet her at a store. I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna keep meeting you at no store. Because she is a warden in her own right, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all. That lady is mean in her own right. Shawn Atkins is mean in her own right. It will stand there and tell you in your face, and I ain't gonna say sorry. I'll be like, did she just do that? Like, and she'll do it with a so sweet, and then be like, now, what you gonna do today? You want to make you some sloppy joe? I still love say no, but I need that sloppy
and
joe.
I still love on people. That's because you know what I learned also.
I'll turn that sloppy joe down. I still be needing it.
With church people, they put high expectations on leadership.
They do,
but on membership is little.
No expectations.
And I watched some stuff Bro Knox do, honey. I said, honey, I'm about to be acting like you. Because first I used to say,
don't do that, Jamie.
Okay, Walter, I got you with the sloppy Joe.
He act like Mother Warren. Y'all, that's the second Mother Warren.
That was my buddy. You know, that was my buddy now.
And he ready for you to turn up like Mother Warren. He'd be like, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
But in closing, I have a question for you guys. Okay. I know Jenny said something about when her husband is gone and when he come in, that gives her a sense of missing him and expectation of seeing him. What is your thing? Like I tell my husband, him being gone all day.
I tell him from 7 o'clock in the morning to about 9 o'clock at night.
But when we first got married, I used to be so happy when he come home.
Oh,
I know, right?
Yeah.
I used to be really happy when he came home, but now I think because he complains so much, I be like, dude.
Tell me that
can call out of the night.
Tell me that garage door, you got the thing for 48 hours.
Oh yeah.
For work for 48 hours. That theme song for 48 hours.
but how do
you gotta do it?
No,
you gotta do it. When I come home, it's 9 o'clock, 8:30. that 48-hour theme song that come on TV.
I'm not doing that.
What's the
I'm
question?
happy now
What's
that
the
theme
question?
song.
Yeah, and so how do you get? It's a two-part question. One
Okay.
is what Jenny said, she missing her husband, and bro, I guess you can kind of expound on that because my husband's gone all day from 9 to 7, and so I be trying to get back into that, but then I be need him gone a couple more days or
Not a couple of days. Good God.
But how can you get? The two-part question is how can we get back as husband and wife because we're pastors? I think we pastor so much. How can we get that spark back? Because now I'm ready to kill a ninja.
You want me to tell you? I'm going to tell you specifically, and this is not just for you and him, but for any pastors out there that are feeling the same type of thing.
Yeah.
You want that spark back? Now,
Yeah.
you guys, especially Richard, probably won't like the answer. Hate to say, oh, that's the third call out of the day. I'm sorry, I had to join in. But especially Richard won't like this. But I think a lot of pastors are not going to like this, and they won't do it probably. But what you have to do, you got to reinvest in your marriage and put your marriage as your primary focus. And I think the one way that that's going to take place, take a leave of absence from your church. And a lot of pastors out there listening to me, you need to do it. If you've got good leaders out there, look at that knocker shaking his head already. Take a leave of absence from your church and take no less. This is my recommendation for any pastors out there. If you're in this situation, take no less than 1 full month where your total focus is on your significant other, on your husband or your wife, whatever the case is. Okay, that means no phone calls from the members. Let your leaders handle everything. Hospital visits. I don't care if they dying. What you gonna do? What the hell you gonna do? Huh? You ain't no doctor.
Now there was a situation where somebody was dying.
What you gonna do?
The doctor said there's nothing.
We ain't talking about people dying of water. We're talking about the parents. Come on now.
But take that month and focus on your marriage, travel, spend time alone. And that's my advice. Reinvest.
Pastor Brooks said we do all the time.
Yeah, he does. He said he do all the time.
Mm-hmm. No less than 1 month. Is that right, Apostle? Okay, yeah. That's what you got to do. And you know what you might find out, and I'm not talking about y'all two, you're going to find out one of two things. You're going to find the love that you lost.
Come on,
or whatever, whoever, not talking about y'all two, okay? Whoever. Or you might find out we don't need to be together. It's true. You might find out one or the other.
And she might like her favorite song. It's getting late.
Oh no!
Still here. She like that
Oh
song.
my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, but that's what I suggest.
Me jump in the pool. Me jump in the pool.
Lisa said her husband would jump up, would get up and take off and a lot unexpectedly.
I have a few dollars. I go away this weekend, but got bills.
Walter said, "Go to bed."
Yeah. My basketball's on. I'm here with this, but
it doesn't have to be a vacation either. It's just time away from the church.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I
totally agree.
Went to Charlotte. That was good in Charlotte. Went to Charlotte for the weekend. The hotel was on the top of the roof.
Oh, yeah, that was really nice. We had a really good time with that.
Yeah.
With the kids with us too, though.
Yeah. Well, this time no kids.
Okay.
No Wonder Twins. They need to deactivate. Wonder Twins, deactivate. Back into
and you'll be a greater gift to each other, and probably a greater gift to your church when you come back.
Yeah.
Because do you not know One thing I learned, and I promise to God,
Walter, he ain't gonna cook. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
do it.
one thing that I learned as a
Ooh,
pastor,
you're not telling the truth.
when I was married,
Ooh.
when I was married, one thing I learned as a pastor, y'all, seriously, and y'all know I kind of got a different way that I view things now, but so I'm gonna use an old school word though. But one thing I learned when I was married as a pastor, what's on the head flows down to the people. We
That's
haven't
good.
had
That's
problems
good right
in
there.
our marriage.
Sounds
You
wonderful.
can almost guarantee the people gonna be having
Everybody.
problems in their marriage and their relationships or whatever, or they can't stay together. So I'm telling you, it flows from the head down to the feet. I'm telling you.
And that's what I told Apostle them. I said, if the head ain't right, the body ain't gonna be right.
Mm-hmm.
It is so true. It is so true.
Yep, that is true. But any closing remarks before we get on out of here so he can go watch his game and
The rest of my game.
What game? Who playing? Who? What game?
College
Tar
basketball.
Heels.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
college. I
Heels.
don't want to see college.
Well, this
I
is
don't.
March
I don't. I
Madness.
don't bet. I don't bet on college
This is
games.
March Madness, the Sweet
No.
16. They're
I
gonna
bet
put-
on the NBA games.
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
for
I just
real.
want to tell
You said your husband, my husband, do all the cooking for me and my son.
Tina
Well,
too.
that's
he does.
because she's famous. That's Tina
Yeah.
Turner.
That's
I
because Tina
I
is
said,
Tina
spoiled.
Turner famous. She's famous.
Tina's spoiled in her own right.
That's
I
right.
Tina.
Tina is
I
spoiled in
agree.
her own right.
Wow.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come on your broadcast today. Thank you for, expressing some things that I do. And if I helped anybody, thank you for listening.
Yes, you did.
I love you, Jamal. And
Love you too, baby.
I
We're
want to
gonna
say
do
Richard. It sounds so funny saying Richard and not Bishop.
I know. I'm about to
Richard
sit you
and
down.
Sean.
Call me Richard. What's wrong with you?
This time I can go off on you because you ain't Bishop right now. You Rich. No, stop.
I'm gonna
I can
get
do one of
you.
mother ones.
I'm gonna get you on that good arm.
I know. That's all right. My sister got my back. All I gotta do is go get her some cake from the cake lady.
Oh Lord.
Jamel, that
Yeah.
cake be good.
We're gonna have that
for
for the
real?
church anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit be wasted. Give it to the kids. The kids get the
That's-
food line cake. They don't get the good cake.
No.
Only thing they get is we get that food line cake. That's the good cake, the cake lady. Y'all be thinking.
That does not mean y'all ditch cake to y'all car. The cupcakes to y'all car.
Yes,
Y'all
it
be
do.
on teamwork with that.
Yeah,
Yes, it
do.
Yeah, it do. Mm.
Yeah, do. But I pray we help somebody. I might.
Hey, Walter, you need to come to the house on Easter and cook because Sean got to preach on Easter. I need an Easter dinner. That's all. Back to you.
He need to get delivered from food.
Yes, Lord.
Walter, though, he be making some good cakes too.
Who?
Walter, yes.
Oh
Walter.
yeah. Yeah, we heard he makes some good cakes.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends. We might end up doing a part 2. Deep fried turkey.
Oh, deep fried turkey and some mac and cheese.
Mm.
We at the house on Sunday after Easter. Come cook.
No,
We're gonna
go over his house.
Are we gonna go to your house, Walter? Walter, we going to your
I
house?
know. I just volunteered us.
Hmm?
I need an Easter dinner for somebody.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna mute you in a minute. I can't even mute you. Mute.
Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
No.
Why just
Hey, just before y'all hang up, before we go off, Shada's on him, and she had asked my son. She said, "Can I be your sister? You don't have to ask, get nobody else to be your sister, but can I be your sister?" Joe said, "Yeah, no more kids for my mama. I'm tired. No more kids."
Listen, before we come off here, we want to definitely, Jamel, before you come off here, could you tell them what your business doing? Because I believe that everybody needs to have a life insurance policy. If it's not a life
Stop
insurance
these
policy,
GoFundMes. Everybody with these GoFundMes. Honey,
I
don't
know.
nobody want no GoFundMe. You know
Where
you
you
got to die.
eating?
You know you got to lay your head. I need somewhere to lay my head. You know you got to lay your head somewhere.
Exactly.
Listen,
I-
I'm gonna
You
have
need to
3
get an
funerals.
insurance policy.
One in North Carolina, one in Memphis, and one in New York.
Okay, whatever. So, what you doing? Life insurance policies, car insurance policies, homeowners insurance, and now they're doing commercial life insurance. So, could you tell us a little bit about it so people can get in contact with you? I am on all there you go. Social media platforms. So people who need to know how to get in contact with you.
Thank
So
you.
we can go ahead and stuff started.
Okay. Yeah. So in North Carolina, I do sell all lines of insurance except health insurance. In North Carolina, I do sell auto, homeowners, any personal lines policies, renters insurance, homeowners insurance, auto insurance. Um, I'm just starting to do pet insurance. Thank you, Nikki. Just starting to do pet insurance.
Yeah, I definitely.
Just starting to do home warranties. I just opened that up with home warranties. Also, a new program I'm about to start. It's called a deductible reimbursement policy. Basically, what that is, it's a small amount that you pay, per year, but it reimburses your deductible. Like if you have a loss and you got $1,000 deductible, it's going to reimburse you that $1,000 through that particular policy. So I got that. I do life insurance in North Carolina. I do commercial insurance in North Carolina, but commercial insurance I do in all states. So any business policy I can do anywhere in America. Okay, that's whether it's a business auto, like a trucking company, trucking policy. We got some truckers like your husband, got truckers out there. I do that all over America, any state, and any commercial, general liability, all of that, any business policy. Now, I'm gonna close by talking about the life insurance. Please, guys, please know the importance and the power of life insurance, especially whole life, because whole life policies can actually be an asset. Well, they're all assets, but it can be even a savings asset. You can borrow from your whole life policy.
Wow.
Right? You can structure this in a way that it's not supposed to quite say this, but it almost becomes an investment that you can even use to pay cash for your cars and stuff like that. Instead of taking a loan out from the bank, take a loan out for yourself, from yourself. Okay, interest free. You see, but there's all kind of life insurance policy. But most of all, just remember the people that you're gonna leave behind. The people you say you love in life. How about show them some love in death, so that we don't have to get on Facebook like Janie said and put up a GoFundMe and hope somebody gives.
That's right.
So we can put so we can put your butt. Sorry, y'all know I cuss. So we can put your butt in a box, because I ain't doing no GoFundMe. You better get some life insurance. I take your butt outside, throw you in the backyard, and put some leaves on top of you, okay, till you deteriorate. All right.
I definitely need to get with you.
And how can they get in contact with you?
3.
Okay, Janie. You can reach me on I ain't gonna get my phone number out. Reach me on Facebook Messenger. Reach me on Facebook Messenger under what does it say? I think it says Bishop B. Jamel Broadnax. If Nikki can put that up, Bishop B. Jamel Broadnax. Reach out to me on Facebook. Thank you, Nikki. She's 2 steps ahead of me. That's the best way to reach me. And then I'll connect with you and give you my phone number.
All right.
And let's not forget about Selena's box.
Oh, can I say this real quick? By the way, we can do life insurance for anybody, y'all. We can get you something. We did a life, just to prove it to you, and we're gonna do another one. But we did a life insurance. Can I say this, Sean, about you?
Yep.
Sure. So we did a life insurance policy for Sean's dad, and he's actually currently in a nursing facility. And at his age, in a nursing facility with health conditions, we were able to write a life insurance policy for him. So we can insure anybody. Go ahead, Janie. Whoever that was. Sorry.
Starting next month, which is the first, we will be doing something called Selena's Box. And so with this is one of my twins. She has a passion to help people. And so we will be giving like care the baskets and stuff like that and feeding. Along with Pastor Janie had something with Mother Warren, where we'll be feeding the Greensboro citizens. So we will be, as the weather is getting warmer, we will be going out and feeding the citizens, just talking to them and just loving on them the way they want to be loved. And so that is something that we're going to get ready to do starting next month. Anybody could join anybody's ministry. We all come together.
Beautiful.
That's
She
it.
said me and Marcus dip.com.
Marcus, don't be using my
That's
niece for your
Selena.
foolishness. Do not be using my niece for your
That's
foolishness
her.
tonight. I was waiting for it.
Anybody with the last name Smith is trouble. I hope you guys
Lord
still on,
Jesus.
but
Lord
anybody with
Jesus.
the last name Smith is trouble.
Right. So I want to kind of announce this. And just give me like 30 more seconds, and I promise you guys that we'll be off here. I'm doing a new journey. I haven't really told nobody this, but when my brother mentioned my father is 70. He'd be 71 August 11th. And he's in a nursing home because he had multiple strokes. And so he is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please keep him lifted up in prayer. But not only that, many of you know my government name, but I'm not going to pronounce that on here. Hey, that's free. But I am changing my full name. My first, my middle, or my first, I'm adding on a middle and my last name. So I will be embarking on a new name. So many of you asking why, because I have my mother's last name, but my father wanted me to have his last name. And at that time we couldn't do it because of my mother's age. My mother was 16. My father was 21 years old. So, yeah, statutory rape. That's what it would. That's the law. And so, I am changing my last name to Carter, even though I am in Atkins by marriage. But this will be happening actually in 2 weeks.
Oh, sorry.
I know.
Marcus is dumb.
He's retarded.
Very dumb.
So he said, "Hey, Jenny." So this I'm going to have identity. I think I'll be finding myself doing this, but and
That's
then
awesome.
it's a name that my dad wanted me to have. So that's good, you guys. I'm still Sean. I will be still Sean. Sean will be now my legal first name now. So just wanted to say that I'm excited.
Oh God, he even got car insurance. This bad business.
Don't be competing with me. We're gonna set your business down.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Oh, Marcus, do y'all have barbecue Rottweiler lips?
Ouch!
I don't know if I want any of that.
That's for the barbecue Rottweiler lips?
Oh my God.
Listen, everybody, do this at the end of the broadcast every time. They gonna
All
laugh.
the time.
You gonna laugh.
Oh,
For $26.99 a pound. That's a lot.
oh
That's a
But listen, we're
you
about
overkilling.
Yeah, you is. If you need some, please call Sean. Oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
He is. Listen, if you have a church
Yes,
to go
we
to,
do.
Come and meet us at 2110 Beachhead Highway in the great city of Greensboro, North Carolina. Impact Red Zone City and Refuge Church, where me and my husband are the senior pastors, and Pastor Jenny is the campus pastor, and Executive Pastor Nikki is the executive pastor here at the church. Listen, if you are not into, I always say that because I'm not biased, okay? I like to say, I'm not gonna say the community, but I like to say the awakening.
I'm sorry. Marcus is cutting up, and I'm trying to stay focused.
I know. That is the name of our church. Can you put our address up? Oh, never mind. 21 Beachhead Highway. Bishop Broadnax is also, and him and Apostle Lisa are the facilitators of Unconditional Love. I don't know if you changed the name or not, but I can't remember all that.
That works. Unconditional Love.
Unconditional Love Church. What is the address?
1519 Bartow Place.
1519 Bartow Place. And it starts at 12:30 noon at 12 p.m.
12 noon, yep.
12 noon. So listen, you got two churches to get to this. There's a reason why we can't get to one's the house of the Lord. No.
One is the den of Satan. I'm just playing. It is not.
Oh my God.
Boy,
Go.
it's crazy.
Go for my baby. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Really?
Oh God. All right, guys. We're about to go here. I love you guys.
I want to say this since you did bring it up. Unfortunately, you brought it up, so I gotta clarify.
Okay.
It's not the den of Satan, but it's but what we do more. So if you're looking for church, I think Impact Red Zone is an awesome place, and that's where you should go. Okay, if you're looking for church, don't come to Unconditional Love. Don't come to the center because you won't find church. You will hear us speak about God. You will hear stuff like that, but it's more. What we do is more of inspiration, and we do meditation, and we just talk about different subjects, and it's more of audience participation, that kind of thing. We talk about everything. We do events and activities on Sundays. Like one Sunday we did a paint and sip. So you'll find stuff like that over there. Okay, just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah, because we made a joke about it. I don't want nobody to get upset with me.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Take it all out of play.
They be all right.
Somebody said you need a comedy show.
Tina.
They're crazy. But I thank my guests for coming on here. Definitely will get you guys back on there soon. Oh my God.
Please end this.
So I'm gonna sign my guest off right now before we get to the message. I always try to leave something positive. So everybody wave to the guests. Goodbye. All right. Okay, guys. They are crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and get with the message. Meet us again on next Monday at 8:00 p.m. on here, and on next Thursday at 8:00 p.m. on here. I thank you guys. I thank my guests for coming on here. And now we're going to get to our inspirational message.
It's all in your mind. Whatever you hold in your mind will tend to occur in your life. If you continue to believe as you have always believed, you will continue to act as you have always acted. You will continue to get what you have always gotten. If you want different results in your life, all you have to do is change your mind.